Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to Action Sunday. It's a new year, new leaf, and I'm ready to kick things into high gear. So, normally, when I start a new year, I like to start with like a modern hit. And then, of course, I would go back to doing other things, like even your requested reviews that you have told me. But for the first time in this channel in a couple of years, I'm breaking my tradition. Normally, I don't review superhero movies, but I want to because of a couple of things. One, I realized that this movie celebrated its 20 years, like in this past calendar year. And number two is that this movie holds a place near and dear to my heart. This was the very first superhero movie I ever saw in theaters. So yeah, that shows you my age. So I'm talking about Spider-Man today. Let's talk about the very first Spider-Man that I have. And yes, believe it or not, folks, this is another reason why I have it. This is one of the last VHS movies I own, and that is Spider-Man. Would you believe that? I can't believe it just survived the ravages of time. It's still in good condition. It still plays on a normal VHS player, which I still have, folks. If you have them, you'll be in luck, okay? So, yeah, instead of showing out hundreds of dollars. But anyway, let's get down to the story. What is it after 20 years? What makes me want to go back to this movie? Why did I want to watch this again? Well, like I said, it holds a place near and dear to my heart, and it has me give me flashbacks to the night I saw that in the theater with my dad and my brother. I was completely blown away. It's like I knew for a long time that people really wanted to see a Spider-Man movie, and lo and behold, I remember people at school at that time saying, "Hey, you guys see them? Hey, here, there's a Spider-Man movie kind of thing. You should totally go see it." And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I finally saw it, and I was completely blown away with everything: the cast, the story, the visuals. The suit looked perfect. Every little detail down to where I really enjoyed it. And of course, I love the fact that at the time I knew that it really followed the tropes and the source material of the origins of Spider-Man. And like, to me, it was just perfect, okay? And again, like I said, the cast was totally built for this movie. And of course, my props to Sam Raimi. And of course, unbeknownst to me at the time, I didn't realize that this is the same guy that made the Evil Dead movies. And of course, later on, I saw the Evil Dead, and of course, I was like, okay, wow, it's like night and day from what he did then and what he did with Spider-Man. It's like, you can tell, like, he's got a certain style. And of course, you can say it's campy or cheesy or not, but again, that's him, okay? That's your opinions and your opinions only. But anyway, so after many years later, I feel like the plot still holds up. And again, most of these characters just were bred for these actors, like especially the minor characters like Cliff Robertson, R.I.P. Yeah, would you believe it's been over a decade since he died? And like, seriously, that role was built for Cliff Robertson, just good old Uncle Ben. Like his delivery, his tone, like his performance, like it's just so perfect. And that's what I love about this movie. It's like, and of course, again, like that delivery will always echo through time. I feel like that's going to be a most iconic moment of this movie in general, because think about this. At the time, I don't think there were any other superhero movies in theaters besides this and X-Men. These were the first Marvel movies being made in that at the time, in the early millennia. So yeah, I felt like this one, they set the ground, but then, as you know, the next wave after that they get bigger and better. But again, at the time, little did I know that this thing was just the bomb. Okay, I just really enjoyed it. And yes, looking back at it, you can say, okay, yeah, Tobey Maguire, yeah, sure, he was definitely built to be Peter Parker, but everyone's going to say Andrew Garfield did a good job. Again, I don't want to start a war debate, like who was the better one, him, Garfield, or Tom Holland. I don't give a flying fuck, okay? That's something I'd rather do for another day. I don't care how you like it. It's just like how you prefer your Bonds. Do you like your Connerys, or do you like your Daniel Craigs, okay? I don't give a shit. But anyway, back to the story at hand. I really enjoyed the stories, like especially again, going back to the origins. It's like, okay, this is what happens. I'm glad they stuck to that. And there's a whole lot of interesting trivia. It's like, that scene when when he catches MJ and the food and all that. That took like several hundred takes. I was like, holy shit. I believe Watch Mojo put out a video about the most egregious takes that it took forever to get perfected. And of course, yeah, I know. it's again, that's filmmaking for you. What you gotta do, what you gotta do. But yeah, beside that, Mike, oh my God, everything was just down to a T. And of course, all these characters definitely fit. Okay, Kristen Dunst's great performance as Mary Jane, and holy shit, I think everyone will agree with me is that Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn / the Green Goblin, holy shit, absolutely fucking stole the show. Because again, we're gonna go back to the well of yes, the villains always have to steal the show, and I freaking agree because you could tell like when he was being the good Green Goblin and when he was being the calm, shy Norman Osborn with a little bit of a devious side. You get, you know what I mean. But man, like that one scene, you know, I'm talking about the mirror scene. Like I was like, oh my God. I remember seeing that and I go, is he insane or what the fuck am I watching? It's like you can clearly tell this is how Sam Raimi wanted to shoe in some kind of Evil Dead kind of formula, and that was it. But yeah, looking at this almost 20 years later, I feel like it still holds up. It's not a masterpiece by a long shot, but most of it does hold up because it really feels like a genuine good to great superhero flick of the early millennium, and that we all fell in love with, especially that rockin' soundtrack. Okay, obviously Hero by Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott, which I kind of find funny. Like as I used to listen to Saliva and a little bit of Nickelback at the time, of course. But I know that none of those guys. I don't think those any guys. But that's beside the point. It's still good. It's still a good rockin' soundtrack and a good fine movie. If you're a Spider-Man fan, if you have not seen it, I'd say give it a watch. And again, I don't care how you like your Spider-Mans. I don't care if you like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and yes, eventually I will review No Way Home. You know, the big ultimate crossover that I really, really want to see. Okay, so don't spoil it for me, folks. Okay, but that's just for today. I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give Spider-Man. You know what? This is just maybe my own personal bias. I'm giving it a hearty. Okay, again, not perfect, but that's what I'm giving it. All right. If you want to give us a watch, give it a watch. I know it's available on Netflix. I believe it is available on Disney Plus as well, since you know they were once owned by all this. But anyway, that's just for this week. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting content.